G'day, this is Hugh1 from YouTube channel, and we've got Mel Anderson here today, one of the best tennis players ever. Mel, you played against Rod Laver a lot. You were from Theodore, which is just near Rocky, where he was from. You knew him as a child.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell us a bit about what made him such a great tennis player?
Well, I think he had a desire. That's number one. If you've got a goal you want to be good at, and I think Rod had that right from a very young age. I know when he was younger he certainly didn't have control. The ball would fly around a little, and but he decided that that's the way he wants to play. And Rod had the ability, and he's probably one of the second guys. Lou Hode probably was the first guy who came over with topspin on both sides.
Yeah.
And Rod did, and he had the ability, but he had to get the strength. And it wasn't until he was about 18 that he got the strength to be able to control the ball, because he liked to hit it. And because he always said later on, a windy day he'd want to hit the ball harder, because then the wind doesn't have any chance of doing anything with it. Yeah. But he played some great matches. I know, having won the Grand Slam in 62 and the first Grand Slam in 69, where all the Grand Slams were open, he had to play Tony Roach.
This is the second time he's tried.
Second time, yeah, in 69, and he and Tony Roach had one unbelievable match at the semi-finals at Milton here, which was home of some great matches. Yeah. And I think it was something like nearly just under 6 hours. And then he went on to win the French, and then at Wimbledon, I was there. He thought now he's back on grass, he's got a real good chance, and he'd won the first couple of matches, and then he played an Indian chap called Prem Lal. And I always like to watch Rod, because you never know what shot he's going to put out next. Anyway, he's down 6-3, 6-3, and he's down 3-1, and he's just trying to hit the ball back into play, and that was not Rod's game. So you could just see that, okay, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose on the positive way. And 17 games later, the match was over. He won that 6-3, 6-love, 6-love. Yeah. And then he went on to win that, and then also in the Wimbledon and the US in the final. Yeah. So, that's the type of character he is. You never like to count him out.
Yeah, well, Kenny Fletcher lost to him once after leading 2-6-love and 4-1, and he said, "Bloody Laver, get out of Bogger Road jail."
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it. You look at Rod, and I've watched him, looked at him when he was down those 2 sets and 3. You wouldn't know whether he was winning that score, and that's why he was such a great player. Yeah. And he didn't want to go into the dressing room as a loser, and that's what stuck by him, because he just won so many tournaments.
So you would have you played matches against him. What did you find was like playing Rod Laver?
The worst fear I had when, say we were set all and I was 5-4 up serving for it, because you knew that he was going to be aggressive. And that, I'd much prefer to have broken his serve. To win. Right. But now Rod was a great doubles player. In 58, he and I won every state doubles title together. Yeah. And when it comes to Davis Cup, this is one of Hockman's foxes, what they used to call, he put Neil and I in together. And we hadn't played together for 2 years. And we ended up losing that doubles match.
Yeah, so you should have played with Rod.
Oh, Rod and I would have won it, because I played better. Because
but it's amazing you played well with Rod in doubles, but other tennis players said that he wasn't a good doubles player because he liked to whack.
I just told him to hit your own shot. And so he's relaxed, and he never told me how to play, because I tried to get the ball back and let him move around the net. Yeah. So we had a good combination going. Yeah. And if he missed a shot, I said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Rod," and vice versa to me. So we had a good combination.
And a lot of people argue about the best players, and you saw most of them. You played as a pro against all the top players, and is there any one particular player you think, or do you think it depends on the day and the court and the racket?
There's some great players. Lou Hode, if he really wanted to play, was probably so powerful. Yeah. But Rod, you knew that day in and day out, he was going to be tough. Rosewall, Gonzalez was another tough one, But there was a lot of good players. But I think Laver still is up there, because for day in and day out, for tournament player, his record is second to none.
And incredibly fit and strong, wasn't
Oh, yeah. But there's no mouthing out now. You see all the top sportsmen, what you see is their mouth open.
he? Yeah.
And Laver would win the Grand Slam for the second time, winning all, he just goes to the net and shakes hand and, that's it. Thanks, guys. And it's nice to see, with these other guys that lie down on the court and that.
They scream out.
Yes, they sort of don't respect their opponents, just lost, and instead of going up and shaking hands and then do what they want to do, I think. I think they've got a lot to learn.
Okay, Mel, well, it's good to hear the view of someone who was ranked number 2 in the world for 2 years in a row.
Oh, well, Rod, I've always got a soft spot. He's a great guy. Off the court, you wouldn't know whether he's a marble player or a tennis player. And he just acts like that. And he's so well liked throughout the world. Even now, at 75, he goes there and everyone knows him. And he's just so nice to everyone. And we should be very proud that we have a great ambassador from this state.
Another great Queensland tennis player came through Frew Park, Milton.
Yes,
and
certainly.
Rod used to tell me that it was very important because he used to spend hours putting plaster under the handle of his racket, and he said the handle, everyone talks about the strings and the racket, but he said, what do you think of that theory about how if you get the handle right?
Well, you've got to have, it's got to be comfortable what's in your hand, hasn't it?
Mm.
And he used to fiddle a lot.
Fiddle
He'd have
all
to grip off, put it back on, a bit of tape here, put it back on. And, when he walked out in the court, he was very comfortable what he's going to use.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Okay, thank you, Mel Anderson.
Yep, pleasure.